Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's your boy Frank with another DIY. Today is a very special one. We are working on two cars, but today we'll be focusing on this 120 Prado. That one we'll get it later. So I'll be working on this 120 Prado, and guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? It doesn't have an engine, and we are about to sort out that thing. So the old engine went bananas. If I just show you right here at the back, the engine died. And if you know a little about engines, you can just tell how catastrophic that old engine went bananas. You can see another piston just right here. So basically this was caused by water. So this engine basically hydrolock. The owner was at the car wash, and unfortunately the engine died. The gas thing over there still have some pistons inside, you can probably tell, but on this side is where all the damage happened. As you can see on this block, there's a lot of damage right there. So my goal here is to install this brand new engine. I mean, not brand new, it's a used engine. Say hi to Happy, enjoy guys. Say hello to the viewers. So as I was saying, we are about to throw in this crate engine that we bought. It's a 5VZ, and I'll have to do some work on this one because I still need to take out the plenum, do all the cleaning. I'll just open the valve covers, fix some leaks. We'll have to replace the rear main seal because it's leaking also, but other than that we are good to go on this one. So what I'm going to do first is just to remove these valve covers. So for that we'll have to remove the intake plenum and make sure that at least the engine is looking very nice inside. Do you agree on that, Joy? I guess you do. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do the disassemble. Let me tell you a story, folks. So we had to actually travel to SA, South Africa, to actually look up for a new engine or a replacement engine for the Prado. And we went to Japan Auto and we saw a lot of engines, including, do you believe guys, this Ferrari engine. Yes, they had a Ferrari engine for sale, and I think it was one of the most expensive. They had a lot of GDM's cool engines, also 1JZ, 2JZs, Honda Ski 24s, and etc. But we came for this guy, which was this 5Z that we were looking up. Although it was an engine that was produced in SA, it has quite differences between the engine that was fitted initially on the car. This Prado was, I mean, it's 4x4, the one that we are swapping, but this engine was in a rear-wheel drive only vehicle. But that was not enough to actually take us back. We managed to take the engine back home, even though we had those challenges, because we knew that we could actually exchange some of the parts with the previous engine, as we were only talking about minor things. So we managed to drive back home. We're talking about around 400 to 500 kilometers from home. And I unloaded the engine since we needed to start doing all the preparations to do the assemble in the vehicle. As I mentioned, there were some particular differences that we will need to take care of. So next, we had to go into the vehicle since the vehicle was packed. They disassembled the engine at the petrol station where the vehicle was being kept because actually this engine broke while they were washing the engine. So yeah guys, please take care when you do want to wash your engine, as a similar problem might occur. So right now I'm just trying to remove this set of, the old seal, as you guys are seeing right there, with this set of pliers. Just need to keep pushing until it comes off. And just like that, we removed the old seal. I'll just clean a little bit, insert the newer one, and push with the old one. So just replace the old seal and try to clean a little bit. There is a lot of mud, but we managed to clean it up. So now it's time to insert the flex plate. So we first need to add that spacer that goes in front, and then the flex plate and the one that comes on the back. So now I'm done with the flex plate. As you guys can see over there, the flex plate is right there and secured. And right now I was just checking, this vehicle has an oil cooler just right there, as you guys are seeing, and there's this hose that comes all over to here up front, just like that. And one funny thing, the old one that was on this vehicle didn't have the oil cooler. I believe that you guys can see that it's blocked over there. And also I will have to swap the engine mounts. I think the engine mounts that was on this one, they are a little bit different, as you guys are seeing over there. So we have to swap them, and we should be good to go. But this is a funny fact about this one. I hope nothing else is different comparing to the old one, requiring us to do a lot of changes. I'm hoping so. So right now, yeah, I'm just swapping the mounts on from the old block to the newer one, and we should be good to go. So basically they're just being held by a bunch of 14 mil bolts, as you guys are seeing just over there. So now let me take some time swapping out those mounts. Yep, although I like the idea of having an oil cooler, I think we'll have to discard that option, because the old oil filter would come right here on the side that we have the oil filter, the oil cooler. And if you look right here on the old block, you would see that on this side it's blocked, and just right there we do have the oil filter. And my concern, if you just look how this oil filter is sitting, and this is the engine mount, keep that in mind. If we just come right here, we will see that we have that bolt, because that engine will be sitting just right here. So we'll have that bolt right here. So I think it's better for this vehicle to just insert the oil filter where it was before. So this is a simple trick that, a simple thing that we need to do, which is to remove that oil filter, put that cap over there, remove the oil cooler, and then block this line with one. If you guys come right here on this oil cooler, on this block, you guys would see that here it has a plug, and right here it doesn't have a drill on this water pump. Yep. So I think that's the thing that on the thermostat housing, that's the thing that we need to do. So right now, taking out this big bolt, and Happy is just right here with us. Joy also is here. They are supporting the big bro. So now that we managed to remove this cap right here, let me just show you. The cap is just like that. It has this grommet right here inside, which prevents the oil from coming out, and there is this banjo bolt for the oil fill. So basically this is the same I would say bolt that actually clogs the oil filter. So we need to remove this one and insert it here, and we need to do the same exercise right here on the block. I will just start doing here from the side of the block. So basically you will need this hex socket, and with that you should be able to remove it. So with my socket just right here, it's pretty much easy. I just did this on the first try, and just like that, this bad boy should come out, and we can proceed right here, since we now are sure that at least it will come out. So we just do exactly the same right here. As you can see, this one is also out, and right now I will just put a little bit of oil on this O-ring, just a small amount as you would do when you're do your oil change. I will also clean up this. I'll also clean up this banjo bolt with some brake cleaner to make sure that we don't have any debris. And just like that, that bad boy goes in. And with a 24, you just have to torque it down, and voila, it's torqued. So right now I need to do a similar exercise with the oil cooler with my 24. Just need to break it loose. Okay, and just like that, we have the oil cooler bolt out. Voila! Oof. It came out. Some water over there. Clean it a bit. With some brake cleaner. Seems like everything is okay. Go ahead and insert the nipple. Tight it down, and just like that, this is the oil filter. And ta-da! So at that point, since I was working on that side, connected that hose, which is for the water line, also went ahead and add back the gasket for the exhaust manifold, and bolted up the exhaust manifold, because this side I didn't have it bolted on. So with this, we were able to actually finalize what we had to do in terms of on modifications on this specific side. Another thing that I would need to swap are the injectors. I don't know, those injectors have been here since when, but I know that the old ones were working fine, so just go ahead and swap them.
3 days later.
Another day, folks. So we made some good progress. I managed to actually bolt on the exhaust as I showed you yesterday. Also went ahead and did some piping on the intake. Also drained the oil. It was really bad, as you guys are seeing over there. So we managed to remove the sump. This is the old sump that we need to prep and clean up, and this is the sump that came with this engine. And the funny thing is that, for example, this is the oil pickup. It was just right here on the front, and the old engine, actually the pickup just goes to the rear, as you guys can see right there. So at that point I was just getting the car ready to insert the engine, since I've already swapped the sumps. I just put the car back, organized everything. Had to actually flatten a little bit the tires, and once I have the car positioned, I was ready to go. Once I have the car in the position, what I had to do actually was to start lowering it. I was just making sure that all the pipes that are on the back of the engine are connected before we start lowering it. So at that point, as you can see, we started lowering the engine carefully to make sure that we do not damage anything. So we took our time, and just like that, the engine was in. Next step was to actually do the wiring. So I had to remove the intake plenum that I had bolted up before, and started to organize all the wirings. So those wirings were responsible, those wires were about to be connected into the injectors, also the spark plugs modules, because we need also spark, and a bunch of other sensors which were connected on the top. So with that, we were ready to fire up the engine. So we made sure that everything was okay, and then we started her up. So at that point that I knew that the engine would start, I just connected everything else, just added the radiator, connected the belts, installed the power steering pump and all other accessories. So with that, I was able to actually move the car for the first time. And of course, we did our celebration dance, because it was a very exciting moment. So yeah, folks, at that point I have already minor things to finish. I had managed to sort out the issue that we were having with the exhaust manifold, and managed to install the bonnet, bolted up everything nicely, washed the car because some of the parts were really dirty and it was expected by the process that we have conducted. So we managed to go for a drive, test out the car, and man, it was driving smoothly, very smoothly. So this was the process that we took in order to sort out to do the replacement of the engine. So if you really enjoyed it, please do not forget to leave your comment and your like. Subscribe and see you around. Cheers.